Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and just wanted to share a quick one take on a comparison that I've been thinking about ever since I got my hands yesterday, guys, on the Mi 10T Lite. I've really been wondering, this is Xiaomi's final kind of moving away from one of the phones released earlier this year that I thought was the best mid-range Xiaomi phone of the year. And that was none other than the Redmi 10X Pro. And this phone, I think, represented everything that Xiaomi is now not doing. From an OLED 60Hz display to a Dimensity 820 chipset in this phone, which, let's face it, has been one of my favorite chipsets just this entire year, to just a completely different look on their devices. Obviously, the Mi 10T Lite, how does it compare to this phone? The big difference is in display technology. And, you know, when this phone was released, I really thought Xiaomi was sticking to this type of display technology. 60 Hz, OLED, and it's a terrific phone. But for some reason, I think Xiaomi, either it did not do well in China, or Xiaomi felt that this was not the right direction to go in. To get rid of optical displays, optical fingerprint scanners in the display, and go for side-mounted fingerprint scanners. To move away from including, telephoto cameras in a lot of their phones. Most of the Mi 10T series, in fact, I think the whole Mi 10T series doesn't have a telephoto in it anymore. And yes, the higher refresh rate is something really good, but the reality is, this for me was enough. I really would have loved to see a Mi 10T Lite appear in the store with this display, maybe a punch hole or maybe even a notch, but it would have been something that I would have liked to see. And now we're getting reports of Xiaomi actually even moving away potentially from the MediaTek and Snapdragon chipsets they've been using in their phones, with a recent report that they will be actually looking to Exynos chipsets for their devices. And I don't know if this is like a cost-saving measures from Xiaomi. Maybe they have a good deal that they've been able to make, that they'll potentially be using these Exynos 880s or 980s, these types of chipsets in their phones. Now, the Dimensity 820 was a terrific chipset, and obviously the K30 Ultra did use the Dimensity 1000 Plus, but it'd be surprising to see if Xiaomi just completely moves away from MediaTek. Just when it looked like they were moving towards it, it now looks like they maybe are moving away from it. And this phone, the reason why I've kept this phone, guys, is because the performance has been really great. Now, I don't think, in the mind of most people, when you say Snapdragon 750 versus Dimensity 820, that they would pick the Dimensity chipset. Most people don't know about it. But the reality is, I think this Dimensity chipset could go toe-to-toe with any of these Snapdragon new chipsets like the 750 or the 690, any of these. And so it's really surprising to think about that this Redmi 10X Pro is pretty much the last mid-range Xiaomi phone that we're going to see with a telephoto on the back, with an OLED display on the front, albeit 60 Hz, and with a great mid-range, but really upper mid-range Dimensity chipset. To be honest, I did like the Mi 10T Lite. It's a terrific device, and having now used both of these in the hand, I think that Xiaomi is definitely kind of having a good approach here with lowering the price, creating these Poco X3 Mi 10T Lite type devices. But they are a different approach from what they were doing earlier this year. And I really wonder if we're ever going to see another device like this Redmi 10X Pro from Xiaomi again. But hit me up in the comments. Which spec list do you value or do you think is better? A Redmi 10X Pro with a telephoto, with an OLED display, with a Dimensity chipset? Are you happy the direction that Xiaomi is going in? Going for these very new Snapdragon or possibly Exynos chipsets in the future, LCD, high refresh rate, side-mounted fingerprint scanners, and absolutely no telephoto cameras on any of their phones? Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for future updates. TGIF, guys. Hope you're doing well. And have a great Friday. I will be pre-ordering my iPhone 12 Pro Max tonight. And go check out my Frankie Apple Tech one take video where I talk about which phone you may want to consider if you are considering that pre-order as well. But that's it for this one. Gonna head out in a little bit. And if you guys do want a live stream, do let me know. Always love spending Friday with my OG fans here on Frankie Tech. So that's it. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.